I'm Anisa and you're watching my interview on Bollywood Dynasty. I think I decided around 12 years old that I really want to be an actor, and I remember just really enjoying my drama class, and I just was very fond of watching actors and good performers in films. And I just remember having one class where we did this improvisation and I did this comedy, and I left the class and a very good friend said to me, "Oh, you should become an actor." And then it was that point where I kind of realized that I might be able to do this. So that was like the turning point for me. But was always like, I've always loved watching movies and being exposed to films. So I just wanted to be an actor from a very young age. I actually came to Bombay because I was called for a movie, and that movie didn't end up working out, and then I decided to just get a portfolio clicked, and I remember Munna S had actually done my first portfolio, and then I started meeting people and going for auditions, and the Disney show came up with Red Chillies. At that time, Red Chillies had their TV department of Idiot Box, and it was a process of auditions, and then eventually they offered me the part. But it was amazing because I had done a lot of on-stage stuff in the theatre, but I'd never done screen stuff. So mere liye it became like a new experience, and I learnt a lot. On-screen acting kabhi kiya nahi. So it was just a very new experience, but I learned so much from watching the young actors, and the show became such a wonderful hit. We had songs, and we did a tour, and we had t-shirts, and it just became like, it's a wonderful memory being part of that show. It was good fun. I mean, I had actually tested initially. They were looking for new people for multiple roles, and then I was called by Nandini Shukran, the casting director, and she said that Zoya would love to meet you, and we had a meeting, and she asked me would I do this part, and she was just like, at that time I remember being a little anxious about the fact that it was a small cameo. And she was just like, rest assured, you'll want to be part of this film, and there's many people being part of it and doing cameos, and you're really going to want to be part of this film. So how could I say no to Zoya? And of course, it was a great cast. It was a coming-of-age film. People still remember the film, still remember my crazy scream on that table when Kalki gets proposed to by Abhay. But it was great, and all the cast were wonderful. Excel Entertainment are wonderful to work with, so I would love to work with her again. That ad just came out very randomly, but Raju Hirani is wonderful. I've also worked on AskMe.com with Ranbir with his company, and it was just wonderful to meet him. I'm a big fan. I watch all his movies. And Shah Rukh, of course, at that point of time, I had told him that I had done Ishan with Red Chillies, being his company. But what I did observe from the little time that I worked with him is that he loves his craft, and I can see why he's so successful. So it was great being up close to him. My character's name was Preeti as part of that film, and it was a great experience. Again, Dharma, it's a huge production house. Everyone goes to see their films, and I knew that everyone would see this film, and Ayan did a great job. And I think for everyone, it was a wonderful film, and people still remember me mostly for Ye Jawaani and Deewani, because they're just like, it's one of my favorite movies. I've seen it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and I never get sick of it. Amazing songs, amazing cast, and it was a wonderful experience. It was the first time I went to Kashmir and Manali, and we had a lot of good experiences on the film. It's unfortunate that we didn't get so many screens to release it on, and it could have been marketed better. I just feel like the reach was not so much, so not so many people are aware of Baat, Bann. But it was a fun film to do. Ali and Gulshan ji were in double role, and it was a comedy. So I've not done comedy before, a bit slapstick space. But Ali is great. He's doing wonderful work. So I was a fan. I had seen him in many plays in the theatre, him being a theatre actor first. So it was just, it was a very good experience, and again, a learning experience in a different genre. In Half Girlfriend, my character's name is Sheetal, and I actually appear in the second half of the film. So Arjun's character comes to stay in the States with us, and I'm married to Vikrant Massey's character. So it was actually very fun doing the film. I mean, we got to go to South Africa, we shot in New York, so that in itself is amazing. And working with Vikrant up close, I mean, he's such a talented actor. I'm very, very fond of him, and I love the work he's doing. So I'm always happy to, you know, watch him in his upcoming projects. So working with him and, you know, an actor who's on the same kind of wavelength as you, it just became very easy to work with him. And Arjun, of course, was wonderful. I didn't really get to personally have scenes with Shraddha, but it was lovely meeting her. I keep bumping into her somewhere or the other, so it was great. Basically, I'm doing 2 shows with them. One is called Verdict. That'll be released hopefully in July this year. It's a very interesting cast, and it's directed by Shishant Shah. It's a courtroom drama, so that's a very interesting concept, different story. I'm actually opposite Angad Bedi in this show, so I've spoken a little bit about it before. Another show is up and coming, which right now I can't mention, but that's also with Balaji. So my equation with Balaji, it keeps happening again and again and again. So thank you for taking me back. But yeah, it's a lot to look forward to this year. I've also just had a music video release with Renzu Films, and Danish Renzu is the director, and Z Music have just released it yesterday. So very excited because we've got a wonderful response to it, and it's almost like a short film. And Soni Razdan plays my mother in that, so it was good fun shooting that as well. I think definitely it's been a roller coaster. It's always very challenging when you're outside the film fraternity and you're trying to find your way through. And I feel like it's not easy. It would be a lie to say that it's been easy, but it's definitely been a journey, and I'm very grateful for all of it, the ups and the downs. I've met some wonderful people, and there's some great people that you can work with in this industry. So I feel like if you have a passion for doing this, you never really focus on the obstacles, and you just focus on the goal, and you just want to keep working and keep doing good work. Definitely nepotism exists. I think it exists everywhere in a lot of industries. It's not just the film industry. Of course, we are under the spotlight, so it gets talked about a lot more. But talent is very important. I think somewhere or the other, despite being part of a film family, you do have to eventually prove yourself to the audience. So I feel like, the audience are our biggest critic, to be honest. And if they love you, then, that's all you really want. You want to just keep working and doing good work. And I think that's what the focus should be. So of course, it's important to have talent. And yeah, you always want to be accepted. So I hope the audience keep liking what I'm doing. I don't know how much it'll change the scenario, but at least it creates a sense of awareness. So I think that's very important. I think it's important to have these discussions because it does happen, and we especially in India, I feel like taboos don't get spoken about so much, but it's important to have a voice and to share that opinion. And you might not always get accepted for it, but that's okay. I think it takes a lot of courage, and the people who did speak out, I'm sure that they are happy that they did. They must have got it all off their shoulders. And I think every industry has a certain amount of exploitation, to be honest. So I think it's something, unfortunately, that we do face, but we should work towards change and positive change. So I think slowly that is happening, which is a good thing. I'm passionate about so many things. I love writing. I do write a lot of poetry, and I do spoken word. Other than that, I love dancing, and that's something I've been training more on in the last couple of months, just because I want to get better at technique. And it's always fun to dance. And other than that, I have started a new venture. I've started my own podcast, which is called Unplug with Annie, and we've just got a new Instagram page and Facebook page for Unplug with Annie. So it's mostly motivational. It's about faith, spirituality, mindset, fitness, all the things that I love. So I'm still trying to find my audience, but that is very new, and I'm hoping that continues to grow.